that Blackmagic have, and some of the powerful features that are actually built inside within that. And I know a lot of people have also asked, like, can you use the picture-in-picture at the same time as using the Chrome key? I'm going to answer that question and kind of show you maybe a way around it as such. So let's dive into the software control first. Now I'm going to keep my picture-in-picture off right now because we are using upstream key of 1 for the Chroma key. So click on upstream key 1 and then go over and click on Chroma. Now if I put the Chroma key on air right now, this is what it's seeing. It's obviously not putting a great key of the green, it's putting more of the blacks right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that off, and I'm going to use my preview screen that I've got here. Now I know you can't see that, but firstly you want to select the camera that you want for the fill source, so that is the correct camera. Then I'm going to click here and use Chroma Sample. And I'm just going to drag this, and I can see on my preview screen, to the green area behind me. Click that. Now if I bring that on screen, you can see it's pulling a much better key. Still not perfect around the kind of glasses area, we'll see that in a second, but it's certainly better than what we have. Now for kind of argument's sake here, I'm just going to change one of the settings so that I can keep something on screen. I keep this on screen at the same time while I make adjustments so you can see it. So let's turn on flying key. That will just shrink down. There we go. So you can see while I do. So I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is I want to apply a mask to the key. So I want to trim a little bit off the top, just to the point. There we go. And quick tip: if you want to change these levels, there's like one of these granular sliders so that you can make very slight movements. Just highlight your mouse over the word, so you can see here I've got top or bottom. Highlight, click, and drag, and then you can make those sort of granular movements. Now for big movements, I just like to jump in from the and type the actual number, so I reckon probably around like a -8 here. Now what I want to do with this shot is place me in the bottom left-hand corner so that you can see me and you can see the software control panel at the same time. Now if I turn off that flying key, you'll see that's the full screen key. But the key to this is actually the flying key. What that allows you to do is place it on screen. Place the key on screen wherever you want, but more importantly, Blackmagic has built into this keyframe so that you can set keyframe A and then keyframe B and animate between them, and also have your Chroma key kind of animate off the screen as well. So what I'm going to do is for shot A, I'm just going to move the position of it on the left-hand side, doing this really rough, and somewhere about there. And same, I actually want to make that slightly bigger. So let's push that to about there and maybe just adjust it again. There and there. Now, let's say I'm happy with that. Quick keyframe set A, and that will lock that down. We're also going to do a smaller version if I need to show you something in the bottom left-hand corner. So we can shrink that right down to maybe like that sort of size. Just so I'm still here, but not really in the way of anything. And then I'll set that to keyframe B. Now one thing that I noticed is the key isn't perfect, so we're going to go back and fix that a little bit, but I'm doing it really rough for now. But let me show you, now that we've set those two keyframes A and B, we can animate between them. So we know that keyframe A is the larger version. I can click that, and bam, I'll scale them. If I need to scale that down, I can click under the run to section B, and I scale that down. There is also the option as well to bring that key full screen. And while we're there, let's just adjust that Chroma key a little bit. So if we go up here to the key adjustments, just have a look. The background. I'm losing a bit too much of the chair, but I can bring that back. So let's say that's okay for the background. I'll just key out. That's probably okay for the foreground. I'm going to bring the background down a little bit. Let's try and adjust that there with the edge selection. That's about okay. I'm happy with that key, especially as it's full screen and it's not going to be full screen. You also have the option, of course, to change the chroma correction as well, so you've got still and less pressure within those settings too. But if I come back down to the flying key, Let's go back to our larger version of me. You can see there, it's a really great tool to be able to kind of dip in and out. If I want to be large on screen, I've got that, and then I can shrink down. So if I want to show you something in the bottom left, you can still see it. For gamers and gaming, this is going to be a killer feature. The other options that you have down here, if I just bring myself larger again, how to animate it on and off the screen. So we can say shrink to the top left-hand corner, and there we go, it goes off. Bring it back by clicking which keyframe we want to go to. So there's A again. Maybe we want it to shrink to the middle. We click that. There's loads of different options. I'll just bring it back so you can see me. There we go. There's loads of different options to have your key source animate on and off the screen as well. Now, when you pair this feature with the next tip and the final tip, which is macros, you can create something really powerful. Let's go back to our long ground. I'm losing a bit too much of the share there between them. So we know that keyframe A is the larger version. I can click that, and bam, I'll scale them. If I need to scale back down, I can click on the key. That will just shrink down. There we go. So you can see why that makes adjustments. So I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is I want to apply a mask to the key. So I want to trim a little bit off the top, just to the point. There we go. And quick tip: if you want to change these levels, there's like one of these granular slots. But it's certainly better than what we have. Over there. But it's a cool little tip, especially if you want to just grab a still for maybe like an end frame for your live stream. It's a great idea. Tip number 4, if you haven't been able to work it out already, is chroma keying and picture-in-picture mode. Okay, so I have a nice green screen behind me here now, and I want to show you the advanced chroma keyer built into the A10 Mini. It's the same advanced chroma keyer that is in the top of the range A10 that Blackmagic have. And some of the powerful features that are actually built inside within that. And I know a lot of people have also asked, like, can you use the picture-in-picture at the same time video that is coming out of headphone output at the bottom of the A10 Mini itself? You maybe inside like a photo bin, especially if you want to just grab a still to the green area behind me. Click that. Now if I bring that on screen, you can see it's pulling a much better key. Still not perfect, I mean you can't see that, but firstly you want to select the camera that you want for the fill source, so that is the correct camera. Then I'm going to click here and use Chroma Sample. And I'm just going to drag this, and I can see on my preview screen, to the green area behind me. Click that. Now if I bring that on screen, you can see it's pulling a much better key. Still not perfect around the kind of glasses area. We'll sort that in a second. But it's certainly better than what we had. Now, for kind of argument's sake here, I'm just going to change one of the settings so that I can keep something on screen. I keep this on screen at the same time while I make adjustments so you can see it. So let's turn on flying key. That will just shrink down. There we go. So you can see while I make adjustments. So I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is I want to apply a mask to the key. So I want to trim a little bit off the top, just to the point. There we go. And quick tip: if you want to change these levels, there's like one of these granular sliders so that you can make very slight movements. Just highlight your mouse over the word. So you can see here I've got top or bottom. Highlight, click, and drag, and then you can make those sort of granular movements. Now for big movements, I just like to jump in from the and type the actual number, so I reckon probably around -8 again. Now what I want to do with this shot is place me in the bottom of the option as well as bring that key full screen. Loads of different options being used for picture-in-picture. So that's what happens. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But let's talk about macros and how you can use macros to really elevate and automate your broadcast. We say start show because that's what we want to call our macro. And as soon as I hit record, the A10 Mini is recording every single movement that we make on the device. So the first thing that we wanted it to do was to transition on your screen, that transition. Being we want. Let me know in the comments below if you've been using the A10 Mini, because by the time you watch this, I think it will start shifting.
ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Require a Blackmagic Ultra Studio or a Blackmagic Ultra Studio or a direct link card. I'll already capture start here.